Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again. I'm coming back. I'm going to start to make a vintage album, Christmas album, using the papers that I got from Stamperia. So this one, absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to do the cover, I've already done it. I've got a video link into how you do your covers, which I'll put in the top corner. It'll come up as an iCard, so you can go and follow the video for that. And then I'll just show you how to make the pages and how to put all the mechanism in, and then we'll decorate it. So I've got these beautiful papers, like I'm saying, from Stamperia. Absolutely gorgeous papers. I adore them. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And to have these as a Christmas album would be amazing and make a wonderful gift. So yeah, I'm just looking. I'm going to utilise this paper as much as I can. I'm going to incorporate these in the pages as well. Absolutely stunning. I also have these in this book, so I don't have to, so I can use the back for something else. Because I've got papers in here. Look, I've got that one. The birds. Santa. The pussycat one's not there. The cake's not there. Stocking. The berry is though. The scene. Little girl cooking. How cute is that? More of the cake. There's a gorgeous house, and there's the poinsettia. Oh, I love them. There's that small scenery. Because the album is 10 by 7, I can incorporate that on a beautiful pocket somewhere. So we'll get to the decorating at the end anyway, so let's get cracking. I have used in total, and I still need to cut my photo mats, but I'll do that in another video. I'm just going to show you how to make the pages. And this one is going to have 5 pages, so it's going to have 10 fronts. Oh, let me grab my measurements. And I've wrote them all down. I've cut them all because I've got ticks by them. But this is what your basic needs for your front covers are going to be. I added vinyl strips to the cover. Not exactly the same in the video, but the one that I made for the little ATC album, where we covered with tape or vinyl, and then it just and then you just put your cardstock on. I could have not bothered with the cardstock and just put DSP on, but you don't know. I'm not sure what size DSP I'm going for yet. So, but it's a cute little album, and that doing it this way, covering the edges and then doing the vinyl in the centre, it takes up less black cardstock. Photo mats for the large pockets, you'll need 5 at 9 by 6 1/4. Pages, you're going to need 5 at 9 3/4 by 8. You're going to score on the short side at 3/4 and 1 1/4. And then you're going to need 5 at 10 3/4 by 6 5/8. And you're going to score the long side on those at 1/2 inch either end. So I'll show you that now. So I've already scored at 3/4 and at 1 1/4. This gives me leeway when I'm coming to attach into the album. It gives me 3/4 inch plus 1/2 inch in case I want to. Depending on how wide the pages are, it helps with expansion. So this is all you're going to do with these are. And these are going to stay on the left hand side because they're going to go into your album. This is scored at 1/2 inch either end. You're just going to fold and burnish those. And I'm just going to add my Zuckwang 3/8 inch tape. There we go. And it fits on here beautifully. And I've I've already done it to 4 of the pages, just showing you this one. So after you've done this with me, you can pause and do the other 4. I've decided to have 5 pages in this album. It's normally 4 or 6, depends if they're single or doubles. Well, these are doubles because they're all going to have pockets. So leaving your hinge there, you're going to peel back your tape just about halfway down, fold that over, and then you're going to measure this end first, right on this corner, get it all nice and level, and then you can stick that down. You're going to pull and secure. And I have done this 1/8 of an inch away from the score line, just so we don't get any catching. So this time, now you will remove your tape completely, and we're just going to get our glue, and we're just putting the narrowest of lines, just enough to seal this page shut. And then what I did was, I come over, you're going to have to put your hand in the centre and squeeze it down. Make sure you're lined up right on this corner and right along the edge. Perfect. And then you can just burnish that down. There we go. Give that a good burnish all round. Make sure there's no air pockets in there. There's nothing new going in this album that I haven't done before. It's just I've taken inspiration from all the past albums that I've done, and I've done pages from those. So this is our pages, and you're going to repeat that until you've got all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have cut all my papers, and I did use 1 full packet to make everything, and I've got these bits here as leftovers. So any DSP that's left at the end, I will mat all these and slide them in the album somewhere, make booklets, and we'll have tags and all sorts. So none of it's going to go to waste. I have cut one of my inserts already. This is 9, and you're going to need 5 of the. You're going to need 10 of these, because these are the photo mats. These are the photo mats for each page. Actually, they're going to be 9 by 6, I'm afraid, not 9 by 6.5. So I will cut that down because that's too wide for that page. I mean, it just fits, but I don't want tight squeeze. So I'm going to do the photo mats 9 by 6.25, I think, because I want a little border all the way around when we add a photo mats, which I've got cut. I've already cut a load of photo mats, and these are like 5 7/8 by 4.25 or 4, I think. Let me just get my tape and they're just like 4 1/8. So I'm going to cut them down to 4 by 5 7/8, just so I can add. And then I'm going to take this down to 6.25, so this will give me a nice little healthy border. So I will adjust that later. You're going to need 10 of these at 6.25 by 9, and you're also going to need 5 at 9 by 6.25 to go on the inserts inside. Let's just check. Yeah, 6.25. This is 6.5. By the time we take the quarter off, it'll fit in there perfectly with a little gap top and bottom, so you don't get confused. So I'll cut those later, and we'll need those after we've finished doing our pages. So let's go and move on to page 1. There are the instructions for page 1. If you want to pause, in fact I'll show you pages 1 front and back and page 2 at the front. You want to pause that and get your papers ready, and then on the next page I'll show you those when we come to them. I've got a nice coffee and a very stiff back today. So because I've burnished this way, it doesn't matter which way they go because they're going to be able to turn. You're going to be able to turn them both ways. And because this is the side that's slightly smaller, I'm going to be using this one as page 1, and that'll be the back page. So on there I have got cut already. I need this. I've got one at 6 3/4 by 7 1/2, and we're going to do some scoring. And we're going to score the long side at 1/2 inch. Right there now. 7 1/2. Yeah, that's right. So I can take that down to 7. Is that right? Let me just look. Yeah, because it's 6 3/4 wide. I'm just checking, just to be on the safe side. It's best to measure twice, cut once. So that's 6 3/4 wide. That's right. So cut the long side at 1/2 inch. This is going to be our top folding flap, which we're going to attach on the top. We also need a piece that is 7 3/4 by 4, and we're just going to score on 3 sides. And that's going to be a pocket. And then we've got 2 pieces at 7 1/4 by 4 1/2, and we're going to score these on the long side at 1/2 inch. So we've got our pages, and also we'll need our photo mat, but we can put those in afterwards. So just fold and burnish all your flaps. Just folded that one, give it a burnish, and then we need to trim off our corners. There we go. I snip the corners like that because when I fold and burnish these, I like to add a little drop of glue in the corners just whilst I because I want them to adhere together, so when I come to glue it into place in a moment, that will be already stuck, and when I come to glue I haven't got to worry about flaps opening up, getting the glue in the wrong place. So just adding just a touch of glue. It's going to get glue on there after anyway, but it's just while we burnish. And I'm going to be using glue because I've found some of my albums are not, well, one of the pages has started to come away because the heat in this room is horrendous. So heat in this room does not like the heat. So that flap is going to get attached to there, and if I'm not mistaken, well, they're too wide. Why is that? Have I measured that wrong? Yes, I think I have. Oh, I didn't take into account, did I, the ½ inch? Doesn't matter though. Maybe we could pop that. That's going to go inside there anyway, so let's do that. And we're going to add all the pockets and flaps first, so we use less designer series paper at the end, making sure that's right on the edge. That's perfectly in. We're going to then glue our flap up the top there. That fits perfectly. So let's add glue. And you've got a bit of wiggle space with glue. I'm just spinning this round for a second. Whilst I get that right on the very edge. And this right on the very edge of here. Check our fold. Perfectly in line. And then you can burnish that down. Perfect. You could always miter the flaps if you want to, if you don't feel confident enough. But that is perfect now. So I know what I've done. I definitely know what I've done. So we could either add these flaps either side here and here, so they open up on each other. But I might just do that actually. Attach one, and then I can attach the other one inside the pocket so you don't see the join when you open that, giving me that little 1/8 of an inch to pull away. So I'm going to attach this one first. These were meant to be flaps on the pocket, but I'm sure everyone would forgive me for putting them somewhere else. So I'm making sure, just following that line, and that it's nice and straight. And if I did the same with this one on here, I need to come away from that score line, see, but that fits perfect. But because this is a pocket, I can now attach this on the inside and make sure I'm going along that edge and these all match up beautifully. So let's glue the inside. So just give that. Check that it's level. And that's the same distance, and give that burnish. So we've got inner flaps now. Oops. And we've also got this flap. I may add a magnet just there. I do have some at hand. Just checking the distance, which I can't see in this light. I've literally got about 3/4 of an inch, so it's going to have to be added right on the top there. So one, I got my 2 magnets. I grab some tape. I'm going to add a bit more tape. and then just close that over. And that will stick. Oops, gotta get in the right place again, it would help. That's better. Perhaps I think I needed some longer tape. Oh, I do. I need a longer piece, not a tiny piece. That's better. It doesn't want to come off my finger now. So I'm just straightening that up. Just doing that so that gets taped down. Doesn't matter, there's two pieces on there. Perfect. So that'll keep that page shut. And then we'll have our photo mat inside, which will help to keep those closed. So when your photo mat's in, that will keep that closed. Oh, actually that does quite fit. So that is 6.5 by 9, and our flap. We've also got a pocket, and we've got 2 extra flaps we can decorate as well. So yes, keep them at 6.5. Oh, there we go, 6.5 it is. I'm going to lose a sheet of paper anyway, so there we go. And if you are cutting from 12 by 12, which I am because I don't have any more A4 cardstock. Well, I have got 2 slices, but never mind. So that's workings out on the front. I'm going to flip this over now, keeping it to the right. Don't do what I do and go, oh, I like keeping it to the, and then it ends up being upside down. So we've just got to literally flip this over. So for the back, you are going to need a piece that is 10 by 6.5. And we're going to score the short side at 1/2 inch. And then we've got one, oh, we need 2 of these. We're going to have 2 opening flaps. I think one I've cut, yeah, one is a 1/2 inch shorter because I didn't want to slice up another piece of paper. So one's 10 by 6.5, the other one's 10 by 6. And then you've got one that's 6 by 7 3/4. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. That's going to make our pocket. And then we've got one at 7, oh, we've got 2 at 7 by 4. And again, we're going to score these because the flaps are going to have inner pockets at 3 sides. Whoops, oh, crumbs. Heavy-handed Gaynor. And what I'll do is, because I haven't got all my photo mats laid out yet, I will just show you that they will fit, and then I'll cut them out later. So just trim off all your corners for your pockets. And your large pocket. Get rid of those. Now we can fold and burnish these. Oops, I'm going to just pop that to one side for a minute because I'm catching on that magnet. Get that little bit of glue going on there. need a lot. You just need it to grip. It just makes it easier for when you're gluing it in. I find it helps anyway. That's my preference. You could leave them all dangling, but you know, you've got your ear, you've got your glue out anyway, so just squash down your pockets. So there's one. Oops. These little ones are going on your inner flaps. Hello. Hello. It's like a little child. Comes rolling in. Just saves me a little bit of time as well. Just give it that chance to settle. Fold this one over. I just find it helps. Oops. See, they're going to be so much easier for me to glue. Now they're all stuck down. I've got my large flats. They're going to go from top to bottom and overlap each other. One of them I'm going to decide in a minute is going to have a decorative edge. So, depending, maybe this is the shorter one. So again, we've got a flap, so one can be glued on the inside. She says, not being able to get it in. Oh, mind you, can I? Because I've made my pages. Ah, why have I made them 10? They need to be 9 3/4. I do apologise. So let me just 9 3/4, not 10. 10 is the album, not the page. So let me just trim 1/4 inch off. So there, that's 1/4 inch. So it's literally just going to be like that. Yeah. And the same with this one. Yeah, 9 3/4, not 10. That's the width of your album, Gaynor. Let's have a look now. Let's see, will that one now fit inside there? My goodness, come on. Oh, still just a little fraction. Let me just take another little fraction off this one. And I mean a fraction. So I took 1/8 inch off, not 1/4. Let me do that to this one as well then. That's better. I keep forgetting you've got to double it when it's a 1/4 inch. So that should tuck away in there now beautifully. So that's going to get glued on the inside. And then this one will get glued on this side. Just up to there. Perfect. Perfect. So, shall I get my decorative punch now? going to use this one. I love this one. It's a new one. Catches all the bits for me at the bottom. Isn't that a lovely edge? And it does remind me of a bit of a Christmassy border like you would have on the fireplace with your hearth decorations. That's what it reminds me of. Isn't that gorgeous? Beautiful. And that caught all the bits there for me inside. And no mess. Yay! So let's attach these first now, get them in, and then we can get our pockets in. Before I get to that end, I'm just going to mitre into those a little bit. Just so it helps me get them in there. There we go. A little bit of a gap now, top and bottom. Only slightly, but I don't mind that in the slightest. And then our piece here is going to get right up along this edge here where the page begins, right there. I'm going to just give them a little mitre. And then we can add this flap. That's if you want all those photo mats, I'm saying, to be that size, then that would be perfect. Come back. Right along that edge, right way down to that one. Just give that a burnish. So these are going to go like that. Absolutely stunning. Love that. And then our large pocket is going to go in here. Nice deep pocket. I'm thinking there's something wrong with that. I know what it is. Gaynor, you silly sausage. So I'm just going to take that off. And I'm going to trim. Because what I didn't do was I went for the distance of the page, which is up to that crease line, believe it or not. So you want this at let me just, that is bang on 6. So you need that to be 7 inches wide, which is now going to have to be 6.5 because I've already scored. So 6.5, and then I'm just going to score that 1/2 inch. What I didn't compensate for the extra coming off that side, so give me 2 seconds. That's better, and I can trim that off, don't worry. So again, trim that off, pull that over. Let's just test that it fits now. Don't do what I just did. Is it still wide enough? Let me see. It's not obtruding there. Oh, what? I thought it was along that edge. Okay, so now I have cut it too short. My goodness. I went up to that line instead of that line. Oh, Gaynor, it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it. It is 6.5, so you do want 7.5. Definitely. So I was right. 7.5, not 7 3/4. So I want that now. I'm gonna have that actually on one side. So when I come to decorate, I can put a strip in all the way up there and then use that as a photo mat area. So that's going in there. Oops. Let me just get that out there. Just making sure it's not up against. There we go. And then fingers crossed our little pockets are too long. Not that one. That one is perfect. I've trimmed off, haven't I? Oh, goodness gracious me. You didn't think that one through. So let's get this one attached inside. I'm making the mistakes so you don't have to. So I'm going to put that right on the edge. And then I can take that right up. Perfect. Perfect. So maybe then when this comes over, I'm going to have to use a magnet, aren't I? So I'll just grab some more magnets. Another 2. Some more tape. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it's just going to go right in the centre there. That's it. Put the right amount of tape on this time. So I'm left, oh that's beautiful actually, with the overly large pocket, but we can rectify that now. So I can literally, I'm going to do the same as what I've just done with the other one and shorten it down a little bit. So that is now, it needs to be 4 3/4, so that needs to be 5 1/4. But if you've cut yours to size, you know that I've made a boo-boo, so, and we've just known how to rectify it, so we're just going to do that again. I'm going to score this 1/2 inch. Perfect. Trim out the corner. Fold that over. And let's just check that that fits now. Yes, perfect. Perfect, 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 perfect. Just get that in. If you are short or over one of your pockets, don't worry in the slightest about it, because I'm just going to pull that away from that edge a little bit so it's not going to intrude. Because even if you do make, and it's only a slither out, you can cut and then just put the tiniest little bit of glue in between and close. And the thing is, you won't be able to go all the way to the edge with whatever you tuck inside. So let's see if I've got a top with little rounded off cards in there. They're perfect. Let's see, what's the width of that? Oh, that's perfect as well. She says. So that's going to make some photo mats. These can go in there. I'll turn these into tags. They can go in there. So this is where all these scrap pieces of paper come in now. Perfect. We now have to make the bad situation good. So you can have a taller one if you wanted. I have got some taller ones. I could even just fold that in half, and then when we come to decorate, we've got some little booklets as well. So these are 12 inches. That should be now 6. It sure is. So by, what was the width? Oh, look at that, 4. 6 by 4. Perfect for photos. And that can get tucked in that pocket. And this one is, I think this one's 6 by 5. So that would go in that pocket, beautiful. So let's fold that over. So we're not wasting any of our card. We're making little booklets out of them. And this one is 5 1/4 actually by 6. So again, some photo mats are in there. We've got a little booklet in there, and maybe, just maybe, that could be 5 by 5, or that could be a photo mat as well. So we've got photo mats, we've got these booklets, and I like, oh, that's alright. I'm going to take this one out for now, I want the magnets to not interfere. There we go. Absolutely fabulous. So there's page 1 and there's page 2. And believe it, no I can't because it's upside down. Love it, love it, love it. Plenty of space there to add things and have them gorgeous Christmas papers. So there's page 1 and 2 already done. Let's set them aside. Just going to pop them inside the album cover so they don't get lost. And let's move on to page 2. Just checking. Oh, my coffee. Perfect. Right. For page 2, we're making a large belly band with 2 small belly bands. You've seen me make one of these before. So there's 10 3/4 by 9 1/2 by 2 1/2, and these are, oh, they're the mats for them. And we want 2 other belly bands which are 5 7/8 by 2 1/2, and we're going to score them all on the long side at 1/2 inch both ends. So just flip it round. Perfect. So we can even hide that right in now. So that belly band is going to go on there perfectly in the centre. That way you don't have to put DSP all the way across this sheet. You can just go in by 1/4 inch either side and save on DSP that way. Perfect. And then fingers crossed, these are going to go on here on the top. And this one should fit perfectly if I've got my calculations right on the bottom. More or less, just a little fraction off, but tiniest little gap there. It doesn't really make any odds, so I'm just gonna, or I could glue from the centre outwards. So let's glue one piece in at a time. I want to find the centre roughly. So these are 6 3/4, so that's 3 3/8. But then this is 2 1/2. So I'm going to say, I'd roughly say that was about the middle. So that can be glued in first. And then we can just flip it round so I can glue in this piece at the top. I haven't got that lopsided, have I? No. So why does that look lopsided? Or is it just my eyes? It's my eyes. I need new glasses. I love it. These papers from Stamperia are absolutely gorgeous. Perfect. So I'm going to glue the first one at the bottom. And I'm coming up just a fraction, like about a 1/16, just a tiny little fraction, because I want these two to meet in the middle. That's perfect actually now. Perfect. Making sure they're the same distance. I'm just going to turn this one round. That way I don't have to rub out the numbers. Rub out the numbers. Yeah, numbers. Oh, Gaynor. I'm having a blonde moment, Lil. And attach that. Again, just going to spin this round whilst I glue this into place. Perfect. Making sure it's right on the edge. Perfect. So we are having a double belly band on this page. So we're going to have a photo mat at the back, and then we're going to have 2 small photo mats, which should fit these in. What's wrong with that? These are cut smaller, or they should have been. Oh, let me just take a slither off these, and I mean a tiny slither, she says, again. So these were 4 3/4. Actually, look, they're over as such. So I'm going to take these down to 4 5/8. And then these are our photo mats to go behind these ones. That's better. There we go. We can decorate those once they're in later on. So that's page 2 already. Turn it over. Page 2 at the back, you're going to need one at 10 1/4 by 7 3/4, and we're going to score 3 sides at 1/2 inch. One at 7 1/4 by 7 3/4, and score that 3 sides at 1/2 inch. And we're going to do corner pockets, 2 of them, and we're going to cut them at angles. So there's my papers, and I'm just going to pop that to us. And we're going to score these again 3 sides at 1/2 inch. It was pretty square, this one. I don't want to cut it the wrong, score it the wrong way and have a thinner pocket. I think I've done that wrong. I need to score that one. I don't know why I started with the shortest side when we're having a really wide pocket. So, don't worry about the score line. I'm going to zap that out now. Plus it'll get disguised with our designer series paper. There we go. These are going to be tall pockets, not little thin ones. Oh, fingers. There we go. So, I'm going to fold a burnish, and I'm going to glue these into place because we're going to trim this as well. Once it's all secured down, we're going to cut from this top corner down to 6 3/4, so I need to mark that. So I'm just going to hold that against there, and we're going to cut 6 3/4. That seems a lot. Doesn't seem a lot, does it? From there to there. Let's cut this one to 6 then. And then on the other one, we can determine on this one how much we're going to cut this one down to. Because this one's going to layer on the front. So let's just check. So if we're going to cut that one down to 6, we're going to cut this one down to 4. From corner to 4. Yes. Just get my trim up. That will be folded over anyway, so let's just finish that out of the way. So put your tip on the track, and then your other point on there. That is right at the tip. Oh god, that's awful. There we go. So you've got one. going to do exactly the same on this one. Goodness, what's happening with this? I'll trim that off with my scissors. Stamping up. Bloody trimmer. Oh, it went through the top, didn't go through the other side. So we don't need those bits. So let's just check that these are going to layer on top of each other now and look nice. Perfect. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Let's get these in. And that's going all the way up into that top corner, all the way down the bottom. Making sure we're not over our flap. Just get these secured in, just to help me when I'm gluing the rest in. They're all stuck down now. Yay! It just holds it into place for me. I know, I'm a bit Irish, ain't I? So, fold this piece up so you know you're not going to get any abstractions. Make sure that goes all the way up the top, Gaynor. Oops. There's one corner pocket. This is going to be the other one. Why is that turned out shorter? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Perhaps I did trim it the wrong way. Perhaps I did score it the wrong way because they were both supposed to be the same width. Oh well, they're in. I think it looks quite cute actually. So we've got a top loading pocket, which you can get all the way to the bottom on both sides, and you've also got a top pocket there as well. So I'm just going to fold this. I'm just going to stick that in the corner so I know it's going to be for decoration, or I might just flip it over that corner actually. Missed that page altogether. That's better. Just to show that it's going to be where our closure is, and then we can add. Oh, that's too small, so I'm going to put that one in there, unless I've got something taller. That's a little bit taller, I think. That's better. That's just going to go in there, just so so we're not wasting paper as well. So that is page 2 and 3 completed. So I'm just going to pop them inside the album. Let's check the camera. We're doing great. And get on to page number 3. And we want for this one at 8 by 4 1/4, one at 7 by 4 1/4, and one at, oh, that's obviously our photo mat, which is 9 by 6 1/2. So what do we have here? We have our 8 by 4 1/4 and our 7 by 4 1/4, and we're going to score the long side at 1/2 inch. And we're going to score the short side at 1/2 inch. That seems to be wrong. Actually, I think we should have scored this one at 1/2 inch this way. Don't worry about the top one again, like I'm saying. Our DSP will cover that, or our photo mat will. And a long piece. That is going to... So we're going to have it now. I can't remember what I was going to do with it. Ah! Right. This one. I know what I've done wrong. I've done it again. Don't worry about the score line. We are going to score this at... What have I done wrong? Or is it this one I've done wrong? Yeah, it is. That's right. This one's the wrong piece. That one's right. This one's going to be scored at 1/2 inch either end. So 1/2 inch here, 1/2 inch here. I've got it written down as 1/2 inch either side as well. And then this one, when they get tucked in, this is going to be on here as a flap for the belly band. And why isn't it long enough? We're supposed to be in the same length. Gaynor's made a boo-boo. Well, it's going to have a shorter flap now. That's going to be a belly band across the page, and that's going to be its flap. Let's get it on. Let's get it on. So that is going to be a centre belly band. And why is it too? Look, I've done it again, haven't I? The page itself is 7. So the book itself is 7. So I've taken it by an 8, thinking, but these are 6 3/4. So this needs to be 7 3/4. Gaynor's making boo-boobs all the time. So I need to take 1/4 inch off this, and then, so that's 1/2 inch. That's about 1/4 inch. And we're going to score this at 1/2 inch. That's better. Oh my goodness, I'm having a disastrous day. That's better. That's better. Oh, stop thinking of... Do you know when you're doing things in your brain and it flickers from being one dot? That's better. Yay, we get there in the end. our page. Oh, I should have. Let's glue that. I glued that inside, see. So what I'm going to do is just going to line this up. It's a little bit short, but don't worry. I can hide that in there. Perfect. Don't want it too close to the edges anyway because the page is opening. And then this flap, was supposed to be, and it's not even the same width as it now, look. I'm short. Again, this should have been 6 3/4. Let's just test that before we go any further. No, it needs a bit more. Let me just check actually. Mark it, Gaynor, so it's easier. I'm taking 1/8 of an inch, you know, not half, 1/4 of an inch. So now that should fit on there, beautiful. And we've got a flap, but it doesn't matter. Well, that tuck inside, whenever I might at the end. Oh, I'm coming down with something, I think, because my voice is starting to go. Can't have that now, can we? So that's going to be that flap for there. We do want to see these Christmas papers, don't we? So make it so that's right along the edge. You won't see that score like because we like that DSP all the way up to there, or a photo mat or something. And are we going to have a magnet? Yeah, why not? So 2 we've got. There you are. Just flip that over. And that will keep that flat well and truly down. Perfect. So we've got, and this is a belly band, so you could have, so you can have a full page put in there. Perfect. And then we got a photo mat here and here. Maybe we should have done one that opened out here as well, but it doesn't matter. I like that. So that's all that's happening on that page, I'm afraid. We turn it over. We need 2 pieces that measure 8 by 5.5. Oh no, 1 at 8 by 5.5 and 2 at 8 by 5. So again, yeah, flaps, and that's a pocket, right. So these are going to be scored on the long side at 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. And then this piece, which is 8, so we don't need it at 8, we need it at 7 3/4. So let's take a 1/4 inch off. So let's just mark that. Well, you know what I mean, but I'll get it in a straight line. Because our page is 6 3/4, not 7. So that was a good save, instead of chopping it all up again. Let's just check we've got this the right length. Yep, so we're going to score this at 1/2 inch on 3 sides. Perfect. If we're lucky here, we could have all our gubbins in one video. Oh, that'd be good, wouldn't it? Instead of 6. Feel that magnet there now. Da, 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 da. Do, 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 do. Da, da, da. But we're going to have this as a floating pocket, so I'm going to come up about 1 inch. Only about 1 inch. I'm going to eyeball it so this is not interrupting. And then we are going to have these as a bottom pocket. One is going to come up. There's our inner pocket, and this one is going to go down on the top. And they're going to fit just in there. Make sure that is exactly the same, top and bottom. Decorative edge here, so let's get that done while it's open. Oh! Oh God, it felt like someone was touching my leg. Oh God. I'm a jumpy person, aren't I? Why doesn't want to let me back in for some reason. That's better. Didn't want to let me back in, that one. Perfect. Tiny little nip there. Lost my scissors. There they are. There we go. So let's attach. Oh, I'm sweating paints. So I'm only fetching it up about 1 inch. And the photo map for this one will be 8 by 6.5. And then this one is going to attach at the bottom. About equal distance either side. Just eyeball it, you've got your distance either side. That's lovely. Again, enough space for photo mats. And then this one is going to attach right over the top. Perfectly lining up. So I'm just going to spin this round. I wasn't feeling too good earlier, but I can't sit and dwell. There was kids screaming on the front. Oh, they don't even live in our street, but because we've got a grass verge out the front, I think they automatically got the right to come and invade it. And it doesn't matter what time of night it is, they just scream their heads off. I wonder if their parents would like it if we sent our grandkids on their street to scream their heads off. Well, I don't like moaning about kids, but they used to do it a lot round here. But they damage your car as well. Play ball, kick it at the car, and you know, you can't claim off a child. And the parents go like that, prove it. Well, we're alright because we've got cameras up everywhere, every square inch around the house. So that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm loving that page. And because of the weight of that page, it doesn't really need a magnet to hold that flap open. So we've done that one as well. Oh my goodness. So that's page 3, front and back. Pop it inside, and I'm just trying to keep them in the right order. My battery's starting to go down a little bit now. And page 4, we need one at 8 by 8. This is going to be a large pocket. And one at 7.5. Have I done it again? Yes, I think I have. By 8. It's going to be a flap. 8 by 8. I've done that again, see? So it's not, it's the wrong, so that's going to be 7 3/4 by 8. This one is going to be let me look. It's going to be a pocket, so it's going to be 8. It's going to be a flap, pocket flap. So it really needs to be 6 3/4. By 7.5. That's right now. Let me do the markings. So grab the trimmer. Let's mark them first actually. So this one is going to be that was a 7.5 by 8, 8 by 8. Now this needs to be 7 3/4. I'm going to take it actually to 7 5/8. And this one I'm sweating pints because by the time I scored at 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch, it's going to take it to 7, so I take 1/4, that's right. So this needs to be that's right, 8. This needs to be cut the same width then. So just the same width, nothing else. I think. Oof, I am sweating points. Right, let me get the large piece, this one. And we're going to score this all the way around before we do anything to that one. So let me just check. I'm going to just mark twice. So that is distance now. Let me just fold those back a second. It's best to be safe than sorry. What's wrong with that? It does not want to crease over for some reason. There we go. Right, let's check the distance now, that we're not going to be disturbing. So just short of 6 3/4, that's perfect. Yeah, and then for this flap, that's right that way. What's that way? Let's fold that one as well. I know they're going to be cut off in a minute, so just right. Is that the same height? No, I need another little fraction taken off. I'm going to score that a 1/2 inch. So we need to, that's 3/4, so I need to trim that off and then score, oops, there. And I need to take the tiniest little fraction off there. Let me just test. So that's the flap that's going to go on here. Making sure it's the same height now. Just over a tiny little bit. I mean tiny. There we go. That should do it now. We get there in the end. Oh, it's a fun day, isn't it? So this is going to be our pockets flap. And decide which way round it's going. Let's chop these corners off and get it glued down. Where's my page? There it is. Oops, there it is. That's going to go in there. Beautiful. Going to have a nice tall pocket. And then we're going to have this page. We can have it either side opening up. Let's get this page glued in. We'll go down a minute. Just takes a few seconds to grip. Perfect. So making sure you're not jamming up this side. Line that up. That we can afford to come right up to this corner. Right along this edge. And right along there. Oh, it's perfect. With a nice tall pocket. Keeping our photo mats in. And we can decide now whether we want this on this side. I think I must touch over. No, I'm not actually. It's not too bad at all. So, just going to mite the ends. And I could actually tuck that in there. And have that. And then it doesn't look long enough then. Mind you, it doesn't matter, does it? Perfect. I'm just going to add it on the inside. Right along the top. Right along the edge. Perfect. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to have a magnet. Yeah, why not? I've got a fair few here at the desk. Fold that over. Perfect. So you could even extend if you had enough time and space. Time and space. It's for no man. You could. I will actually do a corner pocket for there. That's a pocket. I'm going to score this here and here and then just cut a diagonal for a tuck spot. So let's just take this down to 5, say, and just cut from that corner and leave about an inch. And then I'm just scoring 2 sides, so I'm scoring down the length and along the bottom. And this is our extra, optional extra. I think I'm going to finish this page with you now, and then I'll come back in another video and we'll get all the rest of the pages put in, and we will also start the decoration process, because I'm feeling a bit yucky still. Just trim that off. What have I done? Oh, it's alright, I've just folded it the wrong way, that's all. That's it. And that can fit just down there in the bottom corner. Nice little tuck spot. Thought I could see something going in there. Da, da, da. So I've come away from just that about 1/16 of an inch. I'm just going to score that down there. Oh, I wish that my nails would come back soon. So just tuck. That's the reason I didn't glue this section down, so we can get this all the way into the corner. A couple of photo mats there. Go in there. We'll decorate those up. Pop that over. Absolutely lovely. And what was I going to do on the back? Just a big side pocket for this one now. And this measures 11, which needs to come down a fraction again because our book is pages are 9 3/4. So you want this 10 3/4. Yeah, that's a 1/4 of an inch. And you're going to score this on 3 sides, and we're just going to have a corner pocket for this one. That will only give us page 5 then left to do, because I am desperately running out of battery life. So if you're enjoying, please, I would love a thumbs up and a share. If you've not subscribed, please do by pressing the subscription bell button, and press the little bell straight away as well. That way you'll be notified of all future videos. I am really addicted to making albums, and I don't know why. I just love them. It's just a joy for me. So if you're enjoying, like I said, let's get this glued in. Just check that I've got it right, and I did cut off the right amount. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. Not too far away. So let's get this glued in. Pop that in. Just give that a burnish, and then we can glue the sides down. Perfect. Pull these in, glue them down. Oh, I've put a link in the description bar for the art glitter glue. I found somewhere that sells it, and it's free delivery, and it's an 8-ounce bottle. I need to get it in before the winter, so I'll put a link in the description bar so you can all go and grab some before it disappears and we can't get it through the winter. So they're gonna have, I'm just using these as examples. So there we go. There's page 4 done as well. So come back tomorrow. We'll finish off page 5 and then we'll start decorating as well. So I love you all so much. Thank you for watching and staying with me right to the end. You're champions, and I love yous. So I'll get my other cardstock cut as well for my papers and for my what they called, photo mats. So till next time, love you all. Bye.